Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Cancer. And you can hear TT out there. She heard me start talking. And our card tonight is the Knight of Pentacles. I know sometimes you guys worry about the cats not having our attention. They like to go out in these hallways and kind of do their meows. But they're all good. They have a house full of people upstairs who are playing with them and loving on them, but especially when I get going, they hear me and they say, "Oh yeah, let's go ask Mom for some food." I'm the one that feeds the cats, so even if they just ate, they're always letting you know, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in like 2 hours. Can you feed me?" I don't know if any of you have ever had older cats, but I don't know. They hit like a certain age where, and I don't know if it's because they forget or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like our older cat Pudgy, he always is asking to I give him wet food throughout the day in little portions, and he's always asking me. I had an older cat, Charlie Tuna, who lived to be 21, same way. You know, Pudgy just turned 17, so they get to a certain age and they just, I don't know. All about that food life, I think. So anyways, let's get into this. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. Hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next reading is coming out. It is free to subscribe. And so we have let's see, where are you? We have the horse right here. You can see, where's my stick? You can see that we have it right here. You see the little head. We have a person sitting on top of the horse. Okay. We also have a person riding a horse down here. You can see right there. And so immediately I know there's a lot of movement of energy. Now we also have the Knight of Pentacles. So we know that is often depicted with the horse and the person kind of either walking with the horse or going slowly, kind of meandering a bit. And so this is a time where, yeah, you're really focused on kind of stacking some coins, right? We have the Knight of Pentacles or the Knight of Discs. And so, yes, very focused on that kind of Malkuthian, the material world, your mundane tasks, building up the kind of empire of your life that you have envisioned. And so this is a time of work, of building business, of maybe investing some money. Maybe you're getting involved in, you know, I don't know, like the stock market or crypto or whatever it is, right? Putting some money into places like this. Maybe you are going through a period of time where, yeah, you're starting to do some real financial planning, which, listen, we all should be doing, right? I know, you know, most of us are like just living paycheck to paycheck, like making sure our bills are getting paid. You know, and then, you know, you think, what the heck do I have left to do anything else with? I get it, 100%. But, you know, we can still plan financially. I'll always think about, my grandfather always told me, it doesn't matter if you have $5 at the end of the month to put away, or, you know, a couple $1,000. Put something aside. You always need to be building some kind of savings wherever you can. Is that always realistic? No, obviously not. You know, I can attest to that. But, you know, I think that you right now are in a time in your life where, yeah, you're really thinking about these things. This is really something that's important to you. And now maybe this is that you're starting to think about retirement. Maybe it's getting closer than you realize. Maybe you will not be retiring, you know, or maybe you've already retired and you're thinking about, you know, how are you going to make this money work for you and last, right? So this is definitely an energy of like getting, just thinking about, but getting on the horse and going, right? Making sure that you are laying down those plans, adhering to them, doing the best with it that you can. Now, let's see. So over here, we have a person holding a child. The child seems to be feeding an animal of some kind. And I immediately am thinking, I mean, literally, and this feels not so much like symbolism, but literally being with a child in your life. Now, maybe this is your own child, maybe this is a grandchild, a niece, a nephew, somebody that you will be spending, you know, some time seeing. Maybe because it is summer, right? We have a lot of more opportunities to see our family, hopefully, right? We're so lucky. My niece is, you know, staying with us on and off during the summer. So it's really nice to have, you know, more kids around, although she's not really a kid. She's like a teenager. She wouldn't like it if I said, oh, we got more kids in the house. But, you know, I think that there is really, it's really nice to have people around that have kind of a different view of the world. They're in a different part of their life. They're experiencing things differently than we do. I love to be around people who are not jaded yet, right? Not as cynical as I might be. It's nice to see you know, coming into this place of having opinions and, you know, really caring about certain things and you know, finding interest in stuff. It's just a wonderful, and I think it's such an important energy to have around us, you know. It may be, like I said, maybe this is a grandkid, so maybe it's not all the time. But when we do have the great honor of having younger people, children, preteens, teenagers, young adults, it is such a blessing. I know, you know, we live in this world, and I don't know why it's even in my news feed a lot. This whole thing about these generations being at odds. Oh, Gen Z this, Gen Z that. They do things so differently. They don't care about, well, it's just the same old narrative, isn't it? You know, they said that about my generation, the millennials. They said it about Gen Xers. I'm sure that they said it about, you know, the, what is it? What were they called? Now I just think of them as boomers, but no, what is it? What are they called? The boomer generation? I don't know. The internet's ruined my mind. I can't think. Well, anyways, you tell me in the comments. What are they called? Yeah, that's weird. It's totally been erased from my mind what that generation's called. But then the silent, you know, every generation gets a bad rap, right? Until we're older. And then it's like, oh, and now it's through the next one. But to me, it's a blessing to be around younger people because they're so innovative. They have such an ability to see things so differently than we do, and that is to be embraced, in my opinion. You know, we're not ever going to evolve if we're rejecting the views and the experience and the dreams and the creativity of our youth. Okay, and so I look at this and I feel like it's very refreshing for you. Maybe you are going somewhere where you can pet some animals, you can feed them some carrots or, you know, whatever, see some horses or, you know, I don't know, some kind of beautiful beasts, and be, you know, with the young people of your family, of your life. Maybe it is that you work in childcare or something like this, and maybe this is kind of a reality that you live in often, and that is, you know, something that maybe keeps you on your feet, you know, keeps you kind of young at heart, and that's, you know, that's a wonderful thing. You could not pay me $1 million to take care of kids, but I love people that can. People in childcare, absolute heroes. My daughter, you know, hasn't ever been in daycare or anything, but you know, the people I've met as becoming a mother, you know, in all of these kids groups, and now she's in preschool and stuff, but the people that are in childcare are just teachers or you know, daycare or babysitters, nannies, and all of the things surrounding childhood development and stuff like that. Absolutely the saints of the world. I don't know how you all do it, but you absolutely get my, like, I'm not worthy, right? You remember on Wayne's World? Yes, I'm not worthy, because you all are magnificent. I just, I have one kid. I love her. I enjoy her. She, I feel overstimulated all the time. So it just is so much. Or to have a lot of kids to take care of would be so much, I would say. So let's see. We have, it looks like a person here. We have another person with a child right here. So this really is this kind of continuing energy. Now, it looks like we have a beautiful heart. And this is funny because I was looking at it this way. It looks like somebody playing golf. Now over here, it looks like they have the golf club. So I kind of almost wonder, and this one looks like grandpa or maybe dad. I kind of almost wonder if we have somebody who plays golf in the family. We also have a dog up here playing with the ball. So there is this feeling of play within the dynamic. And I think that's something that makes life so enjoyable for you, is that you have these people in your life who they enjoy being silly. They enjoy, you know, doing things maybe competitively, maybe just for fun. But whatever it is, it's engaging. You know, there's an activeness to it. There is a being able to step outside of yourself, to not be so serious all the time. And I think that this is something that really balances out your life. I think that if this was just you going about things, it would be mostly about work and your interests and kind of living in your own little shell and doing your own little thing and you know, not paying much mind to very many outside things happening. But because we have this youthful energy in your life, and we also have other people who have been chosen to be in your life, or who you have chosen, there is a sense of all of these personalities coming together and being able to have some fun, right? And to kind of keep each other in check. Like, yeah, you've been maybe working too hard lately. Let's go do something. Let's go play some soccer in the backyard, or let's go, for a kayak ride, or let's take a walk, or, whatever it is. My daughter's been really into ping pong. So I was thinking maybe let's go play some ping pong. But I do think that, yeah, that's an energy that really feels so important. And I love that we have somebody playing golf. What a wonderful and kind of boring, but lots of walking, fun game. I'm not good at it. So I'm like, I don't fully understand it. Also, I have ADHD mind. So I'm like standing, I'm waiting, but I can see why definitely, there would be kind of a draw to it. Right? And being able to be in such a beautiful environment, right? Some golf courses are just gorgeous. Now they're devoid of, a landscape for animals, but, every once in a while you'll get a group of aggressive turkeys or something. So that's fun, but, now, we have the dog up here. So, yeah, it feels like there was a loyalty within this family. I feel like just generally you have a wonderful configuration. I feel like this is like a life that is maybe better than you even expected to have. Is it always easy? No, of course not. But I think that you count your blessings quite often. And I'm going to look right here. I keep seeing that it looks like it says she, S-H-E. Okay. And I feel that I keep thinking there's something about a mom in here. And I really, what I feel is that it almost feels like mom is not around, or your mother is not around. And maybe she's transitioned. Maybe you just are not in contact with each other. But we see a big star here. You can see it, and then a star right here. Okay. So I feel that it's almost this, like, I wish she was here so she could see all that I've achieved. Look at this life that I've created. Look at this life that the universe has been, so blessed and, generous with me. I am so privileged, right? I've had so many spells of luck and fortune and opportunity, and I've made this life, and I've worked hard, and I continue to work hard, and I wish my mom was here to see it. I wish she could see this. I wish she could be part of this. And for whatever reason, it feels like, yeah, she's not. But this is who keeps coming up in your mind, I wish she could be here. And, ultimately, I feel in a very cosmic way, there is, there's such a confirmation of pride, of love, of caring for you, for the family you've created, for the life that you have created. Just a sense of, looking over everything and being not only a witness to, but super active in your life. Maybe not in the physical, right? And maybe not directly, or at least perceivably, but woven into all the things you do. The way that you say things, I feel like is unique to the way that your mother spoke. You've, taken in some of her speech patterns. And I think that some people note that, and maybe you have an accent, or there are certain words that seem almost out of place, or the way that you phrase things, or whatever it is. But I do feel there's almost like a kinship in when you notice that. There's a sense of, that's my mom. She's, you know, very much a part of me. And even if it is that your mother is alive, but there's some kind of, you know, turmoil or conflict, or maybe just not ever trying to engage, right? It seems like this happens a lot with people. I don't know if it's always been like this, but I feel like a lot of people in my age group, their parents just don't go out of their way to see them, right? Or when they do try to engage with their parents, they're often not super interested in being involved, right? And I don't know what that's about. My parents passed away when I was a kid, and I have chosen parents, acquired parents, and you know, I don't know, maybe that's different. It's different than having your biological parents around, I think. But I notice that happens quite a bit with people. I don't know what the stories are behind it always. You know, it's very individual, obviously. I can't generalize and say all parents of, you know, our parents' generation, us millennials and young Gen Xers, all of our parents are, you know, uninvolved. I don't know. That maybe is not true. I'm sure it's not, but I think it's a problem that seems to be pretty pervasive. And so, and that breaks my heart for people. It really does. So, you know, even if that is the case for you, there's still this very cosmic resonance of that mother energy being there. And maybe, you know, I don't want to try to reason out why somebody would be that way, you know, but I know that it doesn't feel good. But I think, you know, part of what we have to understand is that not everybody knows how to be with other people. Not everybody knows how to show up for other people. You know, and we don't know why that is. Maybe we do, and maybe it's not a good enough reason. But you have to try to remind yourself it has very little to do with who you are and everything to do with who they are. First of all. Second of all, on a cosmic level, the mother is always, always, always unconditionally in love with you, there with you, coveting you. Okay, if that manifests as our biological parents, as our chosen parents, as, you know, the caregivers, or if it is purely existing within the archetypes that we encounter, okay, these God forms, these, you know, intelligences. Sometimes we have to be our own mother, but whoever and whatever, this mother energy is with you, it is in you, it is of you, and there is such a love and pride, and the ability to continue chasing your dreams even after you have achieved some of them is something that is of great pride to the mother. Okay, now let's take a look over here. We have a heart, we have a pyramid. Ooh, we have the all-seeing eye. Beautiful. An architect of your own existence. Very much in that magician archetype. Active. Very active. Which always makes sense. Nobody is more magical than I was going to say Capricorn. No. Cancer. Capricorn, maybe a little less so. And I say this as an ascendant Capricorn, a different kind of of creator. But yes, Cancer people, so very magical, so very observant, world builders, as I like to say. You're very good at building out systems, putting in the fine details. And so I feel there seems to be two paths here. One leads towards money, one leads towards love. How can we get those two kind of intertwined? How do we get that caduceus going together where it just, goes together, wraps together, woven together? So this is often the question, right? How do we, achieve the career status, the monetary resources that we want, we need, while also living a life that is beloved? Well, for you, Cancer, you're really good at finding things to get super focused on. And so incorporating your interests, your desires, the things that can kind of almost be like fixations, incorporating that into your work life in some way. A good example in my mind is, my husband. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband, Paul. Go check him out. He's an amazing tarot reader. He is so good at reading tarot. I mean, he's good at a lot of different things. He's amazing at geomancy stuff, I Ching, the tarot. He's pretty good with astrology, just in general, a very magical person. And finding a way to be able to make that his work, I cannot explain to you how much he has evolved as a being. It just has been an absolute glory. I mean, it feels like a glorious thing to watch somebody find something in their life that is beloved to them and they can spend their hours doing. It just, I don't know. And also make a living doing it, right? So, I think when I think of this kind of magician energy or this ability to build the world that you want to live in, I think of my husband, especially, with this Cancer reading. Because he's a solar Cancer. And so watching a Cancer apply themselves to something that comes to them not only naturally, but they have spent the time to cultivate, profound. Absolutely. So I feel this energy for you. And I feel that it is a desire for you. And that's what this learning to weave it together. Okay. And I feel like that is kind of the path you're on, figuring that out, getting it going. Here comes TT again. She's telling me it's time to go, Mom. All right. We have the Wild Offering Oracle cards. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to flip on through. All right, let's see. What did we get? Oh, feelings. Yes, I have lots of those. All right. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. So they no longer hold me captive. Yes. Just allowing yourself to feel the dang thing and let it go. I've read a lot about, noticing your feelings, but not judging them. It's hard. But, when we can learn to do that, I like that imagery of our emotions being like clouds that are going across the sky. We notice them, but we don't hold on to them. We let them go because they're transient. And if we can learn to not internalize our emotions, which is also hard, right? There's a freedom in being able to, yeah, I feel something and I'm letting it go. For me, it's, you know, frustration, the anger, jealousy, also just these feelings of negative, looking for negative emotions or attention, I guess, from people, the people close to my life, right? And because I grew up around that so much, the best attention we could get that was most sustained was negative attention. When we're getting in trouble, getting yelled at, getting punished, you know, whatever it was. And most of the other time there was a lack of having emotionally unavailable people raising me. And so now that still pops up sometimes. And when I feel it, I'm like, okay, I feel this. I don't want to engage it. I gotta let it just, I gotta feel the thing, but I'm not gonna let it pour out of me. You know, I'm not gonna let it change the way that I'm talking to people or you know, treating the people around me, you know. Instead, I'll notice it and I'll just let it be. And I'll put it into something else, you know, until it goes away. I'll be busy with something else. I'll distract myself. You know, usually doing chores. That's the big thing. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm feeling snappy. You know, I'm feeling lonely. I want somebody to pay attention to me. I'm not going to start a fight or an argument or bickering or anything like that. No. I'm going to mop the floors. You know, I'm going to go reorganize something for a little bit. I'm going to go for a walk, whatever it is. So this card, yeah, it means a lot to me. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, yes, you're right. Yes, universe, you are right. All right. Cancer, I love you and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out, and it's free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all and I look forward to hearing from you. So anyways, take care of yourself and we'll talk in a couple days from now. I love you. I love you. I love you. And good night.